Hey everyone, I'm your host, Marcus Norman of the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today we are going live and we are going to talk about crypto. And I couldn't think of a better guest to bring to the stage today. This man is killing the absolute game. And he is moving mountains and he is speaking on cryptocurrency and changing our mindset around this industry. Not a new industry, but probably new to you and me. And today we're going to dive in and talk about it and what's happening and what should people expect and how this is going to help us, benefit us, change us for the better in the future. So stay tuned, stay with us. You won't want to miss 1 second of this speaker that we're bringing to the show today. Here we go. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today I have Mr. Link Green. This man has been featured on Max Black Media, PBS, The Chronicles. This man is speaking across the country and nationally and locally in his own community. He's giving back. This man has a heart of gold. He first started giving back to his local community and educating the kids where he lives and getting them involved in science, technology, engineering, and math, his favorite subjects. And you can tell this man is a genius, modern day baby Einstein. This man is young, right? But he's also a part of our future. And I couldn't be happier to have him on the podcast today, where we're going to dive into cryptocurrency, blockchain, metaverse, NFTs, and some of these things that are just confusing the masses. So help me welcome, without further ado, this rock star champion, my man, Mr. Link Green.
Wow, that's quite the welcome, quite the introduction. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's definitely an honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you, brother. Bruh, you are killing it. You are absolute rock star, man. I've been following your movement for a while, and you've been making moves and changing lives and helping people. I think that's really what stuck out to me. Is your focus, your beginnings, your grassroots, so to speak. Every hero has a grassroots, even Superman, right? And your grassroots started with giving back to the kids, giving back to your community. Where did that come from? Where did that stem from? That passion for our youth and our children?
Honestly, a really dark place in my life. I was going through a divorce, and I was selling the belongings in my home. My daughter's stuff, my ex-wife's, all of my things. And a young lady came to my garage sale that I put on Facebook, right? And she was like, talking to me about my daughter, etc. And I was telling her how much I love children. And she asked me to come. It turned out she was a teacher. She asked me to come volunteer in her class. I came, I volunteered in her class. She's seen a stark change in the children's behavior. And to the degree that she would talk about me to her colleagues. And then they asked me to mentor a group of at-risk boys. And so from there, I took the boys under my wing. When I started with them, they're like, nonchalant about it. I don't really want to, do this. But we turned out to have a really good relationship. And, from that, I started the S.T.O.P squad. That's the Stars in Training, Obtaining Power. And this is our mentorship program that we currently have, where we teach young boys from the ages of 10 to 23 years old everything that they need to get certified in Web3, blockchain technology, etc. It does not matter how much they know or don't know about it. We teach them through our different, scholarship programs, etc. So that's pretty much the basis of my life's work, right? That's what I aspire to do every single day, despite the other things and the various hats that I wear.
Okay. And you wear a lot of hats, brother. You wear way more hats. I thought I was a busy guy.
Yeah.
You proved me wrong.
Shout out to my assistant, Akasha Chava, who is amazing and really kind of directed me and saying, yo, put your head here, look here, do this. Thank you. You know what I mean? So I need that.
We all do. We all need that person that refocuses us in life, especially when you're juggling so much. So yeah. Absolutely true. 1000%. Brother, why science? What is the deal? Because our young men are in need. They're in need of many different things. What is it that particularly that you've noticed working in the STOP program that you notice that is lacking in our young men?
The understanding that science is intuitive. We are science. We think, we breathe, we create. It's all science. And I always tell my boys, my program, there is a precise science to everything. I'm the chemist because I break things down to their most basic components, because at that level you can see it. And once we break it down there, we realize, hey, well, everything is actually science. And so if you look at science, you actually get to the root of everything. Even in, our ancient texts, our holy texts, our biblical texts, they all deal with science. They all can be, divided a certain way, or looked at a certain way from a certain perspective. And it all comes back to science. That is, everything that, we base our ideals about society off of, no matter what. Even theology is a science. And so I focus on that, because you can never go wrong with science. You can never go wrong unless you're doing wrong, unless your intentions are wrong. But if you're looking for the answer to something, you can never go wrong with going back to the precise science of those, tiny components, and building back up to what you want to, get to.
Facts. Facts. Hashtag facts, yo. And that's true. Science is kind of the kind of sweet sauce, the mystified area that very few people delve in.
Yeah.
Recently I had the pleasure of interviewing this young lady, and she is a Black woman, and she advocates for the other side of the house. So she advocates for young girls, women in STEM. And
Necessary.
yeah, very, very necessary. And so it's always good to hear this push, because if you look at our national average, and I was having this conversation last night on a podcast, but we have this problem in the United States where we see us as kind of the center of the universe. But if you look at our scores, the scores academically, our children are not doing well. They're not doing
Yes.
well when compared to other universities, other scholastics, other kids across
Yep.
the globe. And
Yep.
so I really applaud you for taking charge and going front row with this, because it's so necessary and it's needed, so we can get back to the root, the core of everything. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. And it's funny, a few things you said there. Number one, we focus on boys because our mentorship started with boys, and I was specifically asked to focus on boys. I wasn't asked. There were, at-risk young ladies in that school, but those teachers understood that, you want to model your behavior after somebody. And so we focus on boys because we want to model that behavior. Like, we have the narratives of, oh, girls are doing better than boys in school, etc. I don't even get into that because it's divisive. And it doesn't matter. There are women out there that are, as you said, taking care of these little girls who need that assistance and that attention. And so I just wanted to do the same thing, with the boys.
Absolutely. Love it. You are necessary, brother. I appreciate you again for taking charge, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I have a natural bent. I did very well. It's scary how well I did in school in science, biology, math. Math was okay, but science I really took to, especially biology. I was, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I was good enough
No,
where
yes,
I could I could skip an entire week of class and then show up on Friday and take the test and pass it. And so that was unique for me. That was a unique bent to me. And I didn't have to go to class, and I would still pass the exam every single time. So science is necessary. So true.
And those stories need to be told, man. So when I say toot your own horn, yes, because we're told to, be humble. Do you know what that word means? Like, no, like, tell people that we have geniuses amongst us that are, you know what I mean? They relate to us. They look like us. They talk like us, And another thing is, I was horrible at math. I was okay with science. Geometry I was great at because I understood patterns. That's why blockchain made so much sense to me. But I was horrible at math and science, and different aspects of science, and I was intimidated by it. And it was crazy because everybody always thought I got it. Even my professors and teachers were like, I don't get it. Like, we have discourse in class. you get it. And I'm like, yes, intuitively, I do get it. But when you want me to start breaking things down, unless I can break it down the way that I learned, I can't break it down. Lo and behold, I find out that I'm autistic when I'm in the military later on. And this is why I break things down backwards like that. And there are so many of us who are like that. And like you're saying, not getting the attention that they need in school because nobody knows. They don't know how to, express that I just don't get it. They don't know how to express that I would rather learn something that I like because they're going to be, made fun of or whatever. So that's just great points that you brought up is what I'm saying.
No, I appreciate that, brother. I didn't know that. That's huge and that's significant. And thank you for serving our country. Thank you for being a hero in that regard. So I want to say that publicly. That's huge.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support.
Always, always. Sir, what is the deal with cryptocurrency? Why? Because you advocate for this. You're a huge advocate for this. To the point where you're now an advocate for the consensus
Yes.
program. So
Yeah.
what is the deal with cryptocurrency and why should we all be focused, laser focused on this? It's not a new trend, but it's changing the world every single day. Why should we all be paying attention to this?
I like that you said that it's not a new trend, which indicates that you're well read because people jump on conversations and they're like, oh my God, this stuff is happening out of nowhere. And it's like, no, it's not. They've actually been telling you that it's going to happen. And, you just weren't preparing for it to happen. And now it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that I missed the deadline. Yes, you could. You were procrastinating, So in 2020, during the when they were trying to figure out the stimulus package, they introduced the idea, and you can look this up, of distributing the stimulus package as a digital currency. And what their conclusion was ultimately, if you could read between the lines well, was that the masses weren't ready for it. It would cause all out havoc, pandemonium, what have you, because you would tell a bunch of people, hey, you don't have any physical currency anymore. Everything that you're going to do, we can see now when you pay for things, who you send it to, et cetera, et cetera. So all your extracurricular activities, yeah, bye. Right. And so that would have, in the midst of a pre-economic crash, everybody knew, hey, crash is coming. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's coming. So you have people who are afraid. They are not prepared. The only thing that they have are these extracurricular activities that keep them settled, if you will.
Right.
And so we see this shift now to where, hey, we can't hide this anymore. Everybody's going to the metaverse. UPS, Wendy's, Subway, Walmart. Look it up. Okay. Nike, Adidas. Everybody's going to the metaverse. You got car washes trying to figure out how to give you a metaversal experience as you go through the car wash. Look it up. So what they're telling you and what they did not tell you with the internet, right? Because you didn't know, nothing like this had ever happened. But remember, you have two chances before this. You've seen this 2 times, 2 examples. You've seen it first with the internet, and then you've seen it with this Zoom age, this digital age. Hey, video chat, guys, got to stay inside. You shelter in place, right? So those are 2 examples telling you that they will hit a switch, flip it, and they don't care about what detriment it causes you. You just got to keep up. If you lose your business, oh well, you should have kept up. You should have been doing research and development. You should have been doing this, that, and the third. And all we're saying is, hey, for me, since 2014, I've been looking at this stuff and seeing how it's going to work. I've been reading patents. I've been speaking to government officials. I've been speaking to celebrities, and they've been telling me exactly what it is that they're looking for to be built in this infrastructure, and we've been building it out. Like, that's the insider information.
Facts. What he's talking about, y'all. So, if you thank you for sharing that, Mr. Green. What he's talking about, y'all, inside the stimulus package, Congress actually is, and if you don't know this, you can actually look it up. Congress is actually working on its own crypto.
Yes.
Our United States is working on creating its own cryptocurrency.
Yes.
And so that's what Mr. Green is referring to. That was slipped in there. A passing of how is the United States going to create its own cryptocurrency. So that's what he's referencing.
Yes, it's called FedCoin, slipped into the degree that they've made sure that all of the Ivy League schools are equipped with curriculum to teach these Ivy League, considerably richer. I want to say, I don't want to say elite. I'm trying to use different words.
Affluent.
affluent. Yes, let's say affluent. I like that. Affluent, these individuals who are going to be at the upper echelon of the white collar society, right? They're making sure that they have the education that they need in blockchain technology, in cryptocurrency payments and point of sale systems, supply chain management on the blockchain, but they're not doing it in the regular state level schools, et cetera, to the degree that they are in these other schools. And these other schools, MIT, I think since 2019, they've had a blockchain program. Don't quote me. NYU, Columbia, all of these other organizations, these Ivy League organizations that produce the creme de la creme, have all been building blockchain technology all the while. You haven't heard anything about it. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. It's a fake left, you know.
Yeah, the HBCUs, right, all the tech universities, right. It's not being disseminated evenly. It's not being spread out.
Yep.
So
They're
right.
just now putting it out. Yep.
Speaking of coins and Fed coin, we gotta pay some bills, y'all. We gotta go to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Marcus Norman, bringing fresh vibes to hot topics surrounding culture, relationships, business, finance, sex, dating, faith, and everything in between. Whether you're into passive income opportunities, trending topics and useful relationship tips, or dynamic guest speakers, there's something for everyone. You can expect all that and more every week. If you're down with this content, then consider joining our growing community by subscribing to Gentleman Style Podcast and smash the bell to get on our VIP list. Your support means the world. Thanks for watching. Link to my channel.
We are back to the metaverse. No, I'm kidding. This is Marcus Norman, Gentleman Style Podcast.
Goes that way.
We have Link Green, the crypto chemist, the man, the myth, the legend, speaking facts and sharing the truth and debunking the myths around cryptocurrency and defogging all the clutter for us. And he's helping us get to a better mindset and a better frame of mind when it comes to cryptocurrency, metaverse, and what we should do or be doing to prepare ourselves. Mr. Green, and I want to say VR. That's when it really dawned on me that we were entering a new frame of reality when because you now see previously Facebook, now called Meta, transitioning to VR, right? They're pushing, it's a big transition, but everybody thought it was a toy, right? This is just a game. You just put it on your face, plug your phone in, and you can play it. But this is actually, to me, the beginning of where we transition. Snoop Dogg, just like what you said, Mr. Link has met celebrities now buying real estate in the metaverse. Mr. Green, what's the trend there? What's this?
You said it, man. What you mean? You asking the question. You know it, man. You're ahead of your time. I love speaking to people who are ahead of their time because they just get it, and they get it without knowing that they get it. Like I told you that I was doing, right? Meta. Let's start with that because that's big. Look at the back end of these companies and what they're doing. Look at the patents. Look at the hiring, what they're hiring for. I mean, they have to telegraph because they got to tell people they need help, right? So they tell you what they're doing. This is what I do. You know, I see a marketing, a product or whatever, commercial, whatever it may be, and I go directly to their site and I look in the back end. And what you'll find is that they're building out an infrastructure. So Meta is going to be the, so to say, government. This is going to sound weird, but they've been telling you. You have Back to the Future. You have not Back to the Future. You have Total Recall. You have what's the other one? Fifth Element. You have all of these futuristic, Demolition Man, all of these futuristic shows and movies telling you what it's going to be. Recently, you can look up Upload on Amazon. They're all telling you, right? And so they're building this society for you. And the Oculus will be how you get into that society. Excuse me. The Oculus will be how you get into that society, how you gain access to that society. That's why you hear so much about being able to gain entry or enter into this society. And so we have to realize Facebook is pretty much abandoning ship, or Meta is abandoning the ship that is Facebook. And they're bringing everything over to Meta. And that is going to be your environment for your social interaction. If you don't get on this train, You will be left behind. And just like everything was converged onto the internet to the point where your grandmother couldn't go to her doctor's appointments without having reliable internet and knowing how to operate the internet, it's going to be the same thing with these metaverses. And I always say on Facebook, this is you've probably seen me say this. I haven't been wrong yet about what they're going to do, because to me, being able to focus on technology, and like I said, always finding the answer in technology, it literally tells me what they're going to do next. And this has been it.
Absolutely. So there's a reason, and like you said, pay attention to the signs. There are telltale signs that you can see. Another big trend, not just when we went to VR, but there's a reason why Mark Zuckerberg is in so much hot water with his company, because he is literally, like he said, he literally has abandoned ship, right? He's abandoned the whole almost direction of
Get
Facebook.
blocked on Facebook right now. Get blocked for any little thing and see if you can get that overturned.
And he's transitioned to now Meta, but also he's invested a lot of his company's money into the metaverse.
Correct.
And so that's a huge alarm that should go off. It definitely went off for investors, but people don't realize that he's almost, I don't want to say he's bankrupt the company, but he's invested a significant budget into the research of metaverse.
Yeah, and it's neglect, definitely corporate, or not. I'm not saying definitely, but it definitely can be viewed as corporate neglect. And so the question has to become, even if you're just a regular person working at a retail store, you always have to ask why, right? Like, even if somebody keeps bringing back in the same product, you have to ask, why do they keep bringing back in the same product, right?
McRib.
So, you know what I mean? So if you keep hearing the metaverse, why do they keep talking about the metaverse? Because that's where they're putting all of their money, and they've been doing this, and we've been telling you. So they also, with the United States, if you don't mind me saying, they just introduced a research and analysis report entitled Money and Payments, the US dollar in the age of digital transformation, where they outline everything that they're going to do with the US dollar and digitizing it. It was in January of this year of 2022 that they released this report. This is the Board of Governors for the Federal Reserve. All right. These are the people who literally create the money, are telling you this is how the money is going to work. So if that doesn't tell you, hey, we got metaverse over here and we got the money powering it over here, and smack that together, you're going to be in the middle, I don't know what does.
That's real talk. Mr. Green, how is flipping property? So for my investors in the audience, how can I gain access to the metaverse? And how is flipping property in the metaverse making investors money, practically overnight millionaires?
Great question. I need us all to go back to the little children that we were for this question to be answered. And I need us to go to an imaginary place of our choosing that we love. And let's imagine that in this place, we have land. In that place, I'm going somewhere with it. I need everybody to get off of the, what does this mean? No, stay with me. All right. We're going into this place. It's the best place you could ever create. And you have land within this place that you can actually allow your friends to come into and experience your utopia with you. But in order for them to experience that utopia with you, you have to give them permission. And you can make whatever stipulations that you want in exchange for that. You can say, okay, if you want to come in and be on my land, you have to pay me. Or you have to do this for me. You have actual metaverse land companies or groups that make people fill out applications or whatever the case may be, do little tasks for them in order to have access to their metaverses. So when we're talking about the land within these metaverses and the ability to access these metaverses, that's essentially what we're talking about. We're talking about access. That's what people are paying for. Access, just like that subdivision that you live in when you pay for that parcel of land there. Only in this case, these people, just like you want to give your family the best life possible, they want to give their avatar the best life possible. So they want to get the best piece of land in order to do that. They're going to get the best NFTs, which are just weapons. These are just digital items in games. These NFTs in this case are just digital items on a computer. That's all NFTs are digital items on a computer that somebody can say that they own because they've locked it up in something. They've locked it up so you can't get access to that thing. Okay. And so now these people are in these virtual lands, these virtual worlds on top of these virtual lands, using those NFTs, those weapons, etc., building up the value of them. Okay, so now here you have the land valuable, the item valuable, and even the character that you're playing with that is valuable. All right, so that's where the value in the metaverse comes from, is that access, that ownership, and that ability to conduct trade between the things that you accrue interest or value in. I hope that makes sense.
That does. And so you teach to this, you coach to this, you mentor to this. Social finance, right? You teach on SoFi. How are social tokens having the power to build these cities, all right, and totally transform how influencers are rewarded, and how we can exchange money, and how we can use it to access this land and access this capital?
If you, myself, and 3 other friends rent an Airbnb, some sort of cabin or something with only one master bedroom, and we all pay the exact same price, we split it 5 ways, pay the exact same price, we're very close. How do we choose who gets the master bedroom? No answer is the wrong answer. How do we choose?
We draw straws.
If there's no ability, how do we choose? Through deliberation. Through
We
our
vote.
own mental deliberation.
We vote.
Usually.
Who put in the most?
I'll tell you what me and my friends do.
Okay.
If we all have been going and traveling together, and one person is the leader of that group, as in the person who is getting the events lined up for us, the person who is actually speaking all the time, the person who is, everyone else is the team, that person is going to be the leader in that group, if that makes sense. So they're probably going to get that master bedroom. That's where we're going for. That's why I said there's no wrong answer. But if we're all traveling and we're doing something together, I want you to think in the context of us all building something together. If we're all traveling, we're doing something together, we're building a project together, whatever the case may be, the person who has the most influence over the project is the one who's always going to be given the most influence, social influence. Why? They're shaking the most hands, they have the best networks, et cetera, et cetera. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
And so social finance, if you think about it, it's no different than being an influencer and having the ability to say, hey, I'm an influencer, I have this many viewers, and you should pay me to market your product or to promote your product. You should pay me to wear your clothing, et cetera, et cetera. That is the social finance. They're paying them dollars in order to do that. Except now, what if you have the ability through the blockchain to be able to have, anytime someone clicks on your video, anytime someone streams your video, anytime someone does anything that pertains to your content, you are paid by the millisecond. That's what social finance is. It's being able to take a tokenized system, right? Cryptocurrency that can be in many cases transferred to regular currency, whatever your currency is of your nation, right? But you can take that social currency and earn it by just interacting with people. The same thing that you do on these other networks, except you own your content on the blockchain. What does that mean? Like I said, all of this digital content, these are just NFTs, videos, pictures, items in video games, anything that's digital that can be on your computer. As long as it's connected to the blockchain, it's an NFT. That's as simple as it is. So now anytime on these blockchain platforms that you upload content on it, it's automatically an NFT and you can prove that you own it. So let's say that it's a video and you have 5 million views on the video. And now you have a company that wants to come and get sponsorship or sponsor you on your video to promote on your video, right? Now they have to come directly to you because you own that video. They can't come to the content, which is essentially the content company, which is essentially a publishing company, right? The YouTube, the Facebook, etc. Those are essentially publishing companies. They go to them, they pay them, and then they give you whatever they feel like you deserve. Whereas if you own your content through those NFTs, they have to come do, when people say I only talk to the boss, that's how you only talk to the boss. When you own the content. If they don't own their content, they don't only talk to the boss. They don't even get to see the boss. All right. You own your content. The boss got to come to you. And so that's what I've been teaching people. And that's how these artists and these gamers, we have children making money, gaming, playing video games. As long as they turn on the game, they're making money. And I'm talking about regular games like first-person shooter games, zombies games, Call of Duty style games, making money. It's ridiculous, man. It's a gold mine. It's a gold rush. This is like this is a tech gold rush. And you don't need any money in a lot of cases at all in order to get in on this.
Love it. Love it. This is huge. Link Green, y'all. This is we have one more commercial break, y'all. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you a local business looking to offer your customers easy access to cash without having to travel miles? We're here to help. At Norman Legacy Investments, we provide free ATMs with free installation that provide a suitable investment for your business. Even better, we offer you some profit sharing and handle everything from start to finish. Just reach out to us today to schedule a free consultation.
We are back to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show, and we have Mr. Link Green spilling the tea on cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, how to access the metaverse, how to get involved in the metaverse and make money and own your content. This is big for content creators. This is big for influencers, but this is also big for our children. Mr. Link, because you teach children how to love science and technology and how to get involved. Why do you feel, because I heard from a bird, why do you feel our children should be getting into developing the development aspect of things so they can
the minds, man. If we think back to when we were children and how imaginative we were and how wonderful it felt to just create our own worlds, and then we think back to that first moment where somebody told us, like, you're not a kid anymore, snap out of it, or, you know, how many times we were told, you know what I'm saying? I was imaginative as hell. Like, I was known as the liar, right? I was, you know what I'm saying? Because I would just imagine things, but I really believed it. And if we would have understood it differently and fostered that, okay, well, listen, there's a difference between your imagination and your reality, but I want you to stay in your imagination. I just want you to know how to tell the difference, because as children, we're just now coming back to this world, right? So we don't know the difference yet. Somebody has to teach us instead of stomping it out of us. So what I strive to do is leverage and pull on and hone that imagination in my students. And I'm very particular about who I take on as students. Like, you know, they speak their mind. They use curse words if they want to. They speak their mind. I'm not going to suppress who they are, because what you do in that is you don't allow them to truly create. And I let their parents know this. Hey, program may not be for everybody. We don't want everybody, right? Because we want the children whose parents trust us enough to allow them to truly create without it being a detriment to them. And so with science, it allows them to just create, and we just figure out a way to make it. Create the idea and we figure out a way to make it. Science makes it so that anything can be done. It's infinite, like it's infinite possibilities with science. So all you got to do is think it and we can create it. And that's what I teach my boys. And they have worked with, they themselves have worked with celebrities. You know, they've met Spencer Dinwiddie. They've met Grant Hasley of Undead Blocks, the CEO of Undead Blocks, who has a partnership with GameStop. They are a play to earn game that pays you to play it. You know, just they're meeting these people and getting opportunities that by the time they're 18, they have full on accreditation on their resumes of what they've done. You know what I mean? Full on references and people who can say what they've done in the tech space. That's big. That's invaluable.
That's huge. That's huge. Mr. Link, that's huge, y'all. Mr. Green, you have a book. I got to talk about the book. I cannot let you go without talking about the book. You have a book, Becoming Paradigm Shift, The Chemistry of Currency. What can readers expect when getting a copy of the book?
Well, I mean, they can expect an A to Z walkthrough of what it is to get into cryptocurrency without the mysticism. What it is to get in, not cryptocurrency, Web3, because it's all encompassing. This is the new iteration of the web. That's all it is. No different than an iPhone 12 versus an iPhone 13. It's just a new iteration with more things on it, more capabilities. That's it. Okay. So Web3, as opposed to Web 2.0, is now us immersing ourselves even more into this space. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't do it wisely, it will be done for you. And so this book gives you the recipe on how to remove the mysticism of blockchain technology. All right. Remove that mysticism and get into this space in a very easily understandable and supported way that helps you to avoid scams. Okay, the book is only $20 because I want this to be accessible. All right, this is affordable even for a college student, right? And so I talk about, welcome to the projects is one of the chapters, because I want you to know that this stuff, we've been there, we've done it, we've seen it before. Okay, so when I say welcome to the projects, I'm just talking about different blockchain and Web3 projects that you should be looking out for and paying attention to and looking to learn how to analyze. But when you hear welcome to the projects, it's like, whoa, what does that mean? What is this guy talking about? Right? Because we've been programmed to a degree, right? Not necessarily good or bad. We've just been programmed to think a certain way. And so I really leverage that so that people are at ease when they read the book and they really get a chance to learn. So definitely hit that up. I got a debit card in there for you if you want to accept or earn cryptocurrency through your debit card, and they have a savings plan in there. You just scan that right there, the QR code. It's a savings plan in this debit card where it allows you to take a portion of your savings and earn interest on it. High interest, you get rewards and stuff like that. It's really cool. So check it out.
Huge.
All right.
Mr. Green, this has been epic. What nuggets would you've dropped so many nuggets this episode, man. And I want to say this to you. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of what you're doing.
Same
I appreciate
here.
Yeah, bro. What would you say to that young boy, that young girl out in the audience who's still scared, they're still nervous about getting into the crypto blockchain, because it can be intimidating, it can be overwhelming? What would you say? Any final nuggets to them?
I don't want to be, too down on anybody. I just want to say either this is for you or it's not. Like, that's the bottom line. And then if it's for you. If you've been listening to this point, it's for you. Something is nudging on you to say, like, we're not talking about the people who aren't listening, who tuned out. We're talking about you. Something is nudging on you to say, this is for you, and you need to be in this, this new elite that is going to be created from this. So what I will say is this: listen to that. And I changed my vibration, everything, and what I attracted as far as wealth, etc., changed when I changed the way that I thought about myself. Everything else is going to come. So I need you to change two things. I need you to change your, your need to deny that you can learn this stuff, that it's for you. And I need you to change the idea that you don't deserve the wealth and influence that is meant for you. And that's it. The rest will take care of itself. You're going to attract the people you need, the things, the situations you need. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming, baby.
Love it. Mr. Link Green, y'all. That was phenomenal. That was necessary. And thank you for saying that. That was huge. He almost got me, y'all. He almost got me.
Oh, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing. And again, keep going, sir. Don't give up.
You too, man. You too. I see you too, man. I'm watching you. You're a funny guy, man. You're saving lives out there too, bro. I see it.
Absolutely. It's my honor. Thank you all for tuning in to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Sir, how can we connect with you? How can we learn more? How can we grow with you?
On IG, you can follow me at the Crypto Chemist with K's. You can also follow me on Twitter at Crypto Chemist. My LinkedIn is Link Green. I think it's just Link Green. My website is Planet Krypton with a K.io. Check me out. I'm on what is it called? Clubhouse. I can't remember my name on Clubhouse, but look for me. Type in Link Green. You'll find me. One of my friends. Find somebody.
Yeah.
Find Marcus.
Find me, and I'll get you to him. I promise. I'll get you to him. I promise. Thank you all for tuning in. That was dope. Connect. We got to uplift this brother. He is doing incredible things, and we got to take him into the metaverse so he can help us do better. Thank you all for tuning in. Like I always end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and always take care of business. This is Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show, the Crypto Chemist, Mr. Link Green, signing off. Love you guys. Bye.